future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
She's passionate about telling stories of amazing women who are rocking the world and empowering women to live, love, and thrive. Here's your host, Catherine Gray.
Hi, welcome. Well, today on Live, Love, Thrive, Women's Empowerment Hour, brought to you by 360 Karma, we are telling more positive stories of amazing women. We really can't tell enough of those, can we? And today we have two ladies that are really making a difference and paying it forward. Later in the show, we're going to have an author and speaker who has survived cancer for more than 14 years, and she is the incredible Beverlye Hyman Fead. And we'll talk to her a little bit later. But first up, we have entertainment executive and human rights activist and advocate, Rachel Chanel Adams. And she is just an amazing young lady, and I'm so happy to have her on the show today. Please welcome Rachel.
Thank you for having me, Catherine.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. You are just one of these young women that really blow me away with everything that you're doing. Not only do you work in the entertainment industry, I know you and your brother's company, you put together events and
Right.
bring in like celebrities for big events like South by Southwest.
Right.
I know you brought in Katy Perry for one of those events.
Right.
And other different rappers and musicians in various genres.
Yes.
And that's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun job.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. I find myself doing most of my leisure time at the same time as I'm working.
Yeah.
So we've traveled the world. We've done plenty of festivals, Splash Festival in Ferropolis, Germany. And we also help out with the European MTV Music Awards.
Oh, wow.
So we've done a lot of events all over the world, and it is fun at times and challenging as well, but fun. Yeah.
And what I started to say, and we'll talk more about that, but what I started to say was that besides doing all that magnificent work in
Right.
your day-to-day, everyday job, over and above that, what I'm really amazed at, and I hope you inspire other young women that are listening and around the world, that you really give back in your everyday life. And we're going to talk about some of the things that you're involved in. So.
Okay.
One of those things is, I know last year you traveled to Peru.
Right.
And tell me a little bit about that organization and what you did there. We actually have some pictures of you in Peru with the children. I know we talked about this, and you had said it was such a life-changing experience.
It definitely was life-changing. I'd never been to an area that's considered a third world country. I've never been in a rural area in that context. And I was there for the whole month of November. I started working with the association Soli Luna in July through volunteerism and helping them get their administrative functions together. So
and is that something that other people could volunteer to do here in the U.S.? Or?
Yes. People in the U.S. can volunteer to help out a lot of organizations. I've been asked by other organizations in Libya and other areas as well to help them with their functionality and getting their books and getting on a scale that's globally accepted. So they're trying to meet the requirements of the United Nations and those type of things.
Right.
So yeah, people can help out with any areas of expertise that they may have that can help other organizations flourish.
So I know originally, before what you're doing now with the entertainment industry,
Right.
you were working for the University of Houston.
Yes.
And how did you get involved in this organization in Peru? And tell us a little bit more about that.
So the organization in Peru, it was another organization that I was volunteering with. And I don't know if they got my name out of a database from the work that I was doing, but I know that they got my contact information from them.
Oh, so they reached out to you.
Yeah, they reached out to me and asked me to help specifically with the inclusion program for for children and young people with disabilities. So that was the first and immediate goal. But when I got there, it just kind of grew into helping with the entire school. And the school has about 200 children.
Wow.
And most of those children, they give the transportation to. Transportation is...
So you were telling me over there, if the kids have a disability, they can't go to school. So someone saw the need to fill
Exactly.
that need for these children.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If the children, there's just no other school in the province that accepts children with disabilities.
And what province is that?
It's in Yorubamba. It's just what the area is called. But the Sacred Valley in general.
Sacred Valley.
Yeah, the
I know
Sacred
you
Valley.
mentioned, yeah.
So they actually go to the children's homes, investigate what's going on inside of their homes. A lot of the children are hidden away from the general public, from other family members, locked in a room. They're not fed. They're not clothed. One case in particular, one of the children is just totally unclothed and kept just from having to do the necessary things to keep the child, clean. The child actually needs a diaper, so they don't put the diaper on. They just leave the child, in a room locked away.
And this is because in this culture, they shun these children that have the disabilities because they don't want people to know they have children.
They're not educated on
disabilities.
the subject. That's what we really put a lot of the emphasis on, education of people in the community. While I was there, I worked with the local government on developing those type of terms and other programs that can help and assist young people with disabilities.
So sad,
Yeah,
but
it's
so
very sad.
wonderful that they're recognizing that need and doing something about it.
Definitely.
So I imagine that brought you, I mean, I can tell from the pictures, it brought a lot of joy to spend time with these
Definitely.
children, making such a difference in their lives. What kind of disabilities did these children have?
So they were physical and mental disabilities.
Could have been either.
It could have been either. And we tried to make sure that they are not in a separate class or in a separate system from the other children at the school. So they're really integrated. They go to the same classrooms. They might leave for physical therapy. I know one of the students, he has cerebral palsy, so they give him physical therapy on the in a special area. They have an area called like the circus. So it's like they're on ropes and they're swinging in the air. It's really fun and
Having
exciting.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
As
not.
kids should be.
Yeah,
having
it should
fun.
be. Definitely.
And so from all over the province, they take in these children that have the disabilities and they come to the school for the day, or?
Yes. They come to the school early in the morning, about 7 o'clock in the morning, and they leave around 5.
Wow.
Yeah, and they pick them up from their homes in whatever area. A lot of the students are actually in group homes, so they'll go to the group home and just pick up all the children and bring them to the
So some of the parents put them in a group home
Exactly.
because they don't want to deal with it, and then those kids get to come to this school.
Yes, and some
Wow.
of the
Who started this school?
Petite Mihibel, and she's actually from France. So she's
Wow.
from, and she moved there. She works, she oversees the hotel, which I think
See,
that's
it took a woman to start a program like this. That's my point.
And she
Yeah.
oversees the hotel, which brings in a lot of tourists from high socioeconomic backgrounds. And while seeing all these people tour, come in and you experience all that the tourism has to offer.
Right, the
It's
beauty
and everything,
the
but it's
resorts
also
and-
the resort, but it's also a lot of poverty. And so she wanted to try to figure out a way to get people to give back to the area rather
Right.
than just come and take
Right.
From the beauty that is the
That's
Sacred
beautiful.
Valley. Yeah,
That's beautiful. And it's so nice that you got tied into that.
I'm very grateful. Yeah.
And at such a young age, you're starting down that path. Now, I know that's just one of the things that you're involved
Definitely.
in. So, having originally worked at the University of Texas, where you attended,
University
right?
of Houston. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
University of Houston,
Houston,
right. Just seeing if you knew.
Right.
So when you attended there, you ended up working there after, right? And another beautiful thing that you were telling me, that your functionality there was to make sure that kids that had the grants stayed in school.
Exactly. Yeah. Students who receive federal Pell Grant, which are usually low-income students, that made up a big portion of the students that were in our program. And so nationally, about 50% of students that receive federal Pell Grant are retained and graduate from their university. And the retention rate is based on a 6-year period.
So 50% do, then 50% don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's national statistics.
Right.
In our program, we had a consistent percentage of about 98 to 99% of the students being retained.
Wow. And what were you all doing to perpetuate that?
So it's a holistic program. We offer guidance. We offer different types of testing. One test is the Lassie test, and it's an assessment so you can know exactly why you should be in college and what are your interests and what type of careers fit best for you.
And so when people take that test, they realize, oh, I'm meant to be here.
Exactly.
I have a path. I can see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great.
It was led under the leadership of Ms. Robbie Evans, and she really was good with, I've seen her mentor
Again, a woman.
And again, a woman. Mentor personally hundreds of students while I was there. Even if they did not qualify for the program.
Wow.
She still will help them and assist them. So
there's got to be more people out there like that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so also you were telling me that a lot of times people don't stay in it because it's like complicated about how to get the funds and stuff.
Yeah.
And you all help them with that.
Right. So a lot of people, I think, with anything, just not knowing the processes, not knowing how to navigate through a situation or how to achieve your goals will stifle you and make you look at other situations and focus on that instead. Like a lot of students drop out because they need money. So they'll drop out because they'd rather work in whatever job they were working and then attend school. So we actually guided the students, helped them to understand how to write a petition letter to receive that financial aid and how to actually go to the financial aid office and speak to people effectively. What key words and what key phrases will get your case heard and your problem solved.
That's great. So you guys actually help them get the grants too.
Definitely.
Oh my gosh. You know, there's got to be more advocates out there like that.
Yes.
Do most universities have a program like this?
So most universities do have some type of student retention program or a program to ensure access to all people for higher education.
But it sounds like this woman established something where it was very hands-on.
Yes.
And I think that in any program is what makes things work.
Yes.
It's that human interaction, knowing, first of all, that somebody cares. And that somebody is there to help, because lots of times you can't figure things out online.
You can't.
Not me, of course.
Right.
No, especially me. But to have someone hold you by the hand and walk you through the process and cheer you on.
Cheer you on.
Because people don't always have families that are cheering them on.
They do not. And the families, a lot of the students in that program were first generation college students, so their parents don't understand the process of college.
They can't help them.
They can't really help you.
And they're probably not being encouraging.
No, she was available to students 24 hours a day. And when she left, I took on that same responsibility that I saw in her.
That's great. Yeah. What a wonderful mentor.
Very wonderful.
And I know you pass that along, that you help mentor other people.
Yeah, I still mentor a lot of the students from that program.
Wow, that's great. Do you have any in particular that you would like to mention that you think, are being helped?
I don't want to mention specific names because of like FERPA laws and things like that when you work in a university.
Of course.
But definitely I have students who have graduated and went on to become psychologists. And one student in particular, that's a psychologist, she's also an activist. So, and she didn't have too hard of a story as some of the other students that we've heard, but just watching and learning and being mentored is, like you say, it's that pass it on type of mentality, pay it forward type of mentality. And so she's working with students, young people exiting out of the correctional system, criminal justice system. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So different. That's what I mentioned. People have different affinities or different goals in life and different aspirations. But as long as we all are doing something to help other people, I think that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, one person might have an interest in animals, or it might be children with disabilities,
consumer
or
issues,
might be equal rights.
Definitely.
But so important to at least focus on something that speaks to your heart, and then actually do something about it. And what people don't realize is that evoking that energy to do something, it's not a drudgery.
No.
It's so rewarding.
Very rewarding.
To help other people or help issues or help animals or whatever it is that you're passionate about. The payback is 1,000 times the effort put into it. Yeah,
I totally
and
agree.
I know you must feel that way with all the good things that
Yes,
you're doing. One thing we haven't mentioned that you're doing is the Girls Pact. You're on the board for Girls Pact.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Girls Pact is a nonprofit organization based here in the LA area. And the goal is to prevent unplanned teenage pregnancies among girls. So we provide a
Oh, boy, we need that.
Yeah, right. Statistics, but luckily statistics show that the unplanned teenage pregnancy rates have decreased within the last 10 years, 55% among Hispanics and 41% among Black Americans youth. So programs like Girls Pact are very critical in that success rate. Right.
And does Girls Pact go into the schools, or how do they affect this change and educate these women?
Right. So Girls Pact, they have like offices or generally general meetings at about 7 different high schools and colleges in the area. But also we get in the community. We have events all around the community at different venues and different community centers in which we bring in guest speakers. We have mentoring, career advice, and those type of things just to keep girls motivated and have them focus on their self-worth and their self-value, because low self-esteem has been attributed to one of the number one reasons why teenagers do get pregnant.
Right.
1 out of 4 girls will get pregnant by the age of 20.
Right.
So
I think it also lends itself to, obviously to domestic abuse,
Definitely.
too. And so just by teaching all women, all women of all nationalities,
Right.
all ethnicities, all sexualities, all locations in the world, teaching them self-esteem is what's going to change the world.
Exactly.
Instilling self-esteem in young women, letting them know that they are empowered to do whatever it is their heart desires, whatever their calling is.
Definitely.
And that is what is going to make the world a better place, is putting more women in positions of influence, because it will influence how we deal with everything from domestic abuse to peace in the world, to the environment. I've been saying week in, week out that having a women's perspective at the table
Yes.
is so important in every issue. Men and women each bring something different to the table.
They do.
And so
Diversity in general. You
Yeah,
had to
diversity.
you had to have
Absolutely.
multiple people represented.
Yes.
Or you would get the results that we've been seeing, you know what I
Exactly.
mean, over and over again. You had to have more opinions. I think that's the great thing about like the internet and Netflix and other areas of releasing information out through the media, is that we can get, anyone can release their story.
Right.
It's not one corporate head, one person
Right.
releasing the same movie or the same film, the same show over and over again.
Right.
We're seeing different people.
Right.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
It really is.
Yeah, and I love that we have that opportunity with this show to
Definitely.
just bring people of all ages,
Yes.
all backgrounds, because everyone in every sector is doing amazing work in the world, and just want to tell their stories to inspire other women to see themselves in people like you and
Yes.
say, well, if she's doing it, so could I. And what could I be doing to
Yes.
give back and to make a difference? Yeah. You are doing so much. It just blows me away,
Thank you so
especially being
much.
so young.
Thank you.
I can't imagine what you're going to do. This is going to be an amazing life.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. What's ahead for you? What are the things that speak to you that, you'd like to be doing? Are there any political aspirations? I think
Right.
I asked you
Yeah,
that.
you did.
I feel like you'd be didn't you tell me your mom calls you?
Yeah, my dad and my stepmom calls me Congresswoman.
Congresswoman.
And that's the
I
name
would
in
love
their
that,
cell phone
Rachel.
when it calls. This
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
I
my
could
dad,
see that.
Me and my dad have different political views. So the
Yeah.
fact that he wants me to he really wants me to be involved in
Yeah.
policy.
Yeah.
I think that's commendable.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Getting back to what you all do on a daily basis, tell me a little bit about what kind of clients do you work with? And, it's called Complex
Entertainment.
And the website is complexent.com.
Correct, yeah.
I think we have that up. What kind of clients do you all look to help? I know you get corporate sponsors? Like we have a
Yes.
conference coming up,
Yes.
and we're talking about how you could help us with, major corporate
Major
sponsors
sponsors.
for the Live, Love, Thrive Women's
Yes.
Empowerment Conference that is coming up November 12th. I'm
Yes.
excited about that.
Me too.
And what other types of things, events do you guys get behind? I know
Right.
film festivals and conferences and
So the main thing is to bring together two aspects that normally wouldn't happen. So a brand, or like for instance, we have a festival in Nova Scotia, Canada, called Halifax
I love
Pop.
Canada.
Halifax Pop Explosion. And so we just brought in Blundstone Boots as one of the sponsors. And so they gave away boots, and you get to see real-time feedback from the attendees at the festival, how much they love the boots and how great they think the fusion of the festival and the boots were. So we try to tie in different clients, our clients, which are usually brands, to connect with their customer or target customer base through means of entertainment, because it's all about experience, and you want to learn how to experience the brand. You can own the brand, but it's different from being in an environment and you leave with that memory of, oh, this brand is awesome, the festival was awesome, those type of things.
Right, a positive recollection of that brand.
Recollection, yes.
Yeah. So you go to South by Southwest, you get to experience Katy Perry, and it's sponsored by.
Well, we've done unofficial shows at South by Southwest with Bud Light. And
Bud
so,
Light.
Yeah,
okay, so you
sponsored
you
by
go
Bud
there, you
Light.
have a great time, and then you have a good memory of Bud Light.
And so you start buying Bud Light.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll buy Bud Light. Especially since they got behind South by Southwest.
Yes.
No, if it is something that's something that you love, like I love film, and someone was getting behind it. Like I actually love they have some new beer commercials about women's empowerment.
Yes.
Have you seen
Yes.
that? I love that.
Me too.
And I'll get behind a brand that gets behind women's empowerment.
Exactly. So that's what we would do. We would unite a brand with something that they're not usually known for.
Right.
So you can get a new client base, you can get your new target market, and build a relationship with them, create brand loyalty.
I love that.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for women that would like to step up their game and give back?
Definitely. So first, I have like this module that I follow for myself. I put things in perspective. So first, you need to say something. So speak out. That can be just simply voting, or like a lot of people do, they write on their Instagram or Twitter, those type of things about issues that concern them or that they're concerned about. Secondly, it would be to do something. And so you will get out in the community. If you know someone who's not as well off, bring them some food, some non-perishable, clean, healthy, non-GMO food, and help out your neighbors. And I think once you get into the habit of doing things like that,
like on a daily basis, do something to give back.
Yeah, it becomes ingrained in you. And so
I just heard a story of I saw him at an event I was at. He was like maybe 12 years old, and he told about making coupons and that were a gift certificate for food. I don't know to where, but somewhere in the neighborhood, and gave it to a homeless man, to homeless people.
Yes.
And on the back it said something about something like, hang in there. People care about
That's
you.
good.
I, for one, do.
Oh, wow.
And things will get better. Or something along. And I was so moved.
Me too.
And I was like, wow, we could all be doing something like that.
Exactly.
It's so easy.
So easy.
You know,
takes no
$15
time.
gift certificate to someone on the street,
That's
that
amazing.
would really appreciate it. But also putting a sentiment on it. I
Yeah.
was like, that kid just moved me. He's
That's
12 years
amazing.
old. So, it's not hard to
It's not.
make a difference.
Yeah,
and,
I totally agree.
Thank you for making a difference
Thank
in all
you.
these lives, the kids and the women, the teen pregnancies,
Yeah.
and helping kids with the colleges, and just keep on keeping on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
And we will be right back after these messages.
Do you want to have more passion and purpose in your day-to-day? Are you yearning to ignite your power within? Now, more than ever, the world needs women who dream big, inspire others, and are living their greater purpose. There's never been a better time to up your game and make your success happen now. Contact Danny Rukin for a complimentary consultation and find out more about how you can become more effective, energized, and empowered while making a difference in doing what you love. Go to www.dannyrukin.com. The Live, Love, Thrive radio show is produced by 360karma.com. Are you a 360 Karma woman? If so, spread the word. Be sure to follow us on social media at 360 Karma Women on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please like us and share us with family and friends. This is the year of the woman, and we are stronger together. The Live, Love, Thrive program is brought to you in part by Honda of downtown Los Angeles, supporting the equality and empowerment of women. Fans of the Live, Love, Thrive radio show, join us for our Live, Love, Thrive conference in Los Angeles on November 12th, 2016. This will be one of the most dynamic and interactive conferences in the country regarding equal pay and the shift of putting more women into positions of influence. Plus, incredible speakers, music, and life-changing tools to help you find your life purpose and create your legacy. Get your tickets now at www.livelovethriveconference.com.
Okay, we are back with the incredible and magnificent author and speaker, Beverlye Hyman Fead. Welcome, Beverlye.
Thank you. So happy
Just made
to
it
be
by
here.
the skin of your teeth.
Yes, I did.
How are you?
Good.
Good. You had a good trip from Santa Barbara?
Yes, a long one. I could have
A
been
long
anywhere.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could have been in Hawaii by now, right?
It's true. But I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, good. I'm happy you're here too.
Thanks.
A lot of people don't know your story that like 14, 15 years ago, you were diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and you were just rocking and rolling and just,
More than
you
ever.
know, just not letting that thing win.
Nope. They
Yeah.
gave me 2 months to live, and I said, I don't think so.
Yeah, you got too much to do.
Too much to do. And I kept going to different doctors, getting different opinions, and came up with 2 doctors that thought out of the box and gave me an experimental treatment. And I've been on it for 14 years, feeling great.
Wow.
Really
and,
lucky.
The FDA just approved that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that's the scary thing. It took the FDA 14 years
I
to
know.
approve it.
I know.
But luckily, you had it as an experimental drug.
Yeah.
And because you did that experiment, I guess that's what helped them get it approved. I
It's
mean,
true.
You and other people. But
Yeah.
so actually, it's a good thing for people to do these experimental things.
Well, I think so, but everybody has to choose their own route, of course.
Right.
But
right.
for me, I wasn't going to do the extreme chemotherapy and the resectioning of my stomach that they wanted me to do, and
Yeah.
then more chemotherapy. And I wanted to keep going, and this is hasn't altered my life in one bit.
I
one
love
way.
it. I
Yeah.
love it. In fact, it's enhanced your life.
It has,
Because
definitely.
it has made you become an author and a speaker.
Yes.
That I wonder, do you think you would have taken that path had this not had
Maybe
happened
not.
to you?
Maybe
I
not.
wonder.
I had been a painter all my life and was very
Yeah.
happy being in the studio. But after I took this, I looked at the world in a whole different way, number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to share my information and share how you had to be co-captain with your doctor and be your own advocate and pick your own lane, really.
Right.
And I wanted to share that with everybody. That was very important to me. So I wanted to get out there.
Well, and you do.
And I do.
So,
but not as much as you, Catherine.
I don't know. I think we're right
We're
there.
neck and neck, yeah.
You have so many things going on. And we got to mention that you are 82 now.
82.
You were 81
Yeah.
when we met, 82. And the reason I mention that is, I mean, I don't know a lot of people that are 82 that have a blog, they're getting ready to do a TED Talk, they talk around the country, they've done 3 books. I mean, really amazing. And you know what I love is that not only are you talking about aging with grace and thriving with cancer, but you are like, you live what you are talking about.
Thank you.
And that's what's important, because you really are an example of, hey, let's rock these 70s, 80s, and 90s ladies.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not
We
supposed
have to look at aging differently today.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah.
It is different today.
I know. And I know that you're an advocate for that in Washington, D.C.
I am.
For an organization.
Yes, GHPI, which is headed by a woman, Edwina Rogers, a CEO.
Global Health Span Policy Institute.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And we go before the Senate and Congress to try and get more funds for aging research, and she's doing really amazing things, and I'm proud to be involved with that. I just want people to realize that we've been given 15 to 25 bonus years, and
Right.
we need to use them in a very, very
Useful
prolific
way.
and
Yeah.
useful way. We
Right.
can't just waste those away.
Right. You're not supposed to add on 10 or 20 years and watch TV for those.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're supposed to be.
So we're still rocking, as
Doing
you say,
something.
in our 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I met a couple at a retirement home where I spoke, and they were holding hands, and I said, "What's going on here, guys?" And they said, "Oh, we just got married." And I said, "Oh, how nice. How old are you?" And they said, 89.
Oh, I love it.
So
I love
there's
it.
chapters 2, 3, 4, and 5 for us now.
Right. I love that.
And
yeah.
we need to eat right and exercise and be physically ready for those.
We do, because we want to enjoy them.
We want to enjoy them.
Right. If anybody's enjoying it, I know you are.
I am.
We've got it all going on. You've got a very active and full career, a great love life.
Wonderful husband.
Wonderful husband. Wonderful. That's what I meant by that. we better establish that. Bob is great, and wonderful family.
Yep.
So you just have a lot of. Speaking of your family, I know one of the books that you wrote, because you've written 3, was with your granddaughter.
That's right. And
Which
it was
was
really
cool.
her idea.
It was her idea.
It was
yeah.
her idea, and she came to me and said she wanted to write a book report on my first book, which was Living with Cancer. And I said, "I don't know, Tess. I don't think kids your age really know about cancer like that." And she said, "Well, let's write a book telling kids what cancer is like."
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
Yeah, it's called Nana, What's Cancer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was published by the American Cancer Society.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm a legislative ambassador and a hero of hope for the American Cancer Society.
Yeah.
So I speak all over for them too.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I know you speak all over the country, but you actually have a TED Talk coming
do.
up. How exciting is
I'm
that?
so excited.
That is very hip.
October
Yeah.
27th, and it's about aging.
Uh-huh.
The theme of this particular TED Talk is, Isn't It About Time? So my TED Talk, Isn't It About Time We Looked at Aging Differently?
Yes, it is.
And it is.
Yeah. Well, you are the poster child to talk about it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so I'm just so excited. It's in New York, Upper West Side, October 27th.
yeah.
Come on, see me.
Yeah. What's it called?
It's called
the
it's
Upper
at
West Side TEDx.
It's the Upper West Side TEDx Women, and
Love
it's
it.
at the Leonard Nimoy Space Symphony Theater.
Do you know only about 15 to 20% of TED Talks are done by women?
Really?
Yes. So my friend Tabby Biddle actually teaches a class.
Yes.
Which I know
Yes,
I
I
connected
took,
you all.
yes.
And boy, it worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
She helps you to create it. She helps you to find how to get a TED Talk done.
Yep.
And she's just amazing. She's helping me cultivate mine, and I
She
want to
is
follow in
wonderful.
your footsteps.
Oh, you'd be great
Yeah,
at a TED
I
Talk.
want
They
to
should
do that.
Scoop you up.
I want to do that, and it's on the bucket list.
Mine too.
So, I think that is really amazing that you're doing that. If people don't know what a TED Talk is, I mean, it's very popular that people listen to these online. They're on all different topics, but they're not motivational, and they're really unique in that they're supposed to be ways,
Ideas worth spreading.
ideas worth spreading. So it's to get you to think about things in a different way.
That's right.
And that's why so many people love the TED Talks.
Especially TEDx, which is what I'm doing, which is
Yes.
kind of TED Light, I call it.
Yeah.
Because
It's local and
yes,
yeah.
it's regional.
Because there's a big TED Talk that's 3 days. It happens every year. And
In
it's,
San Francisco,
Yeah, very exclusive and elite.
yes,
and
more of the Kissinger,
yeah.
type, and they're very wonderful to listen to too.
And then there's a women's one that's about 3 days up in the Bay Area
Yes,
too.
San
I think that's
Francisco.
coming up the end of October.
Yes, it's at the same time as mine. We're
Right.
going to be streaming from there.
Oh, how
Yeah.
cool.
We're going to hear theirs at the same time.
Oh, that's exciting. And then the TEDx talks are done locally all over the country. I guess
Yes.
all over the world.
All over,
yeah,
the,
over
world.
the world.
India, Sri
Right.
Lanka. I know somebody that just did one
Wow.
in Sri Lanka.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who knows where you're going to end up?
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this has been on my bucket list, and I'm just so excited to be doing it. And the title of their theme fit what I wanted to talk about so perfectly. Isn't it about time? So
Yes, that was perfect.
yeah, that was perfect.
So your newest book is Aging in High Heels.
Yes,
Right.
and
Which I may never know about, but
it's only metaphorically. It's
I
only
know.
metaphorically. And so it's really just about the new aging that we're doing.
Yes.
And
a
how we have to
beautiful
take care
metaphor.
of ourselves, and how we have to look at our life optimistically and plan optimistically and plan for the future. And here I am at 82 years old with stage 4 cancer, still planning my future.
Well, and I think the key is that my observation is that you live each day in the total present. I've always said the joy is in the present, and I think you would agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Do you ever have hard days, or is it like?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. We
I
still
have
have hard
days when
days.
I cover myself up with my blankets and stay in bed.
Yeah. I think everybody does.
And we deserve
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We get to do that.
Sometimes you need some downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to with everything that you're juggling and
Yeah.
everything, but yeah, and that's okay to rejuvenate and
Yeah.
regenerate our
Yeah.
energy.
But
yeah.
the next day, I'm up and raring to go again.
yeah, yeah, because each day is such a gift.
It is.
But it's even a gift if you sometimes relax in bed all day and
Love it.
recharge. I
Love
mean, you got to
it.
recharge.
You do.
Yeah.
It's just really like a battery.
Yeah,
You need
it's
that.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And take a vacation once in a while,
Uh-huh.
and have some fun. I mean, that you got to.
Laughing is a must.
Oh, laughing is the best medicine.
Laughing and fun. I have something I say in my book. You're never too old. You're never too tired. You're never too broke to have some fun.
Yeah.
It's really
Or to
important.
laugh.
Or to laugh. Laughing is a big plus in our lives.
Yeah. I think it releases something within us that is healing, right?
Yeah. Like endorphins or something.
Right.
I mean, it does something wonderful. And even on days where we're feeling kind of down, I've noticed that if you walk around with a smile on your face anyway, you're going to believe it sooner or later yourself.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, and I heard a great saying, if you have a bad day, that doesn't mean you're having a bad life.
Right. I like that.
It's just a bad day.
That's so true,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. We got to put it in perspective, too,
Yeah.
with everything else going on in the world. And
It's true.
we are very lucky to be where we are. And how lucky that you're able to go and talk and motivate other women to, take charge. And I think your message, too, is about if you get that diagnosis of cancer, it's no longer means...
death sentence.
Yeah, it's no longer a death sentence.
No. Be your own advocate and
Yeah.
search everything out. See what else is available. Get many opinions.
Right.
Be co-captains with your doctors and tell them that's not the way I want to run my life. That's not the way I
Right.
want to end my life or
Right.
live the rest of my life. I want
Right.
to do it this way. This is what I have in mind.
Right.
What can we do along these lines?
Right. And for those that don't know you, I know you've had a lot of cancer in your life and lost mom and sister and pretty young, and so you're really the one that is changing
I'm standing
that dynamic.
on all of their shoulders.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so there is you can take charge. It's not, this doesn't happen to you. You can take charge of it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And actually, your beautiful story from start to finish is featured in our new Live, Love, Thrive book that comes out at the conference.
I'm so excited.
The conference, which is November 12th.
I know.
And we'll be rolling out also the premiere of the web series, which you are featured in.
Which I'm so excited about
Yeah.
that, and I hope everybody comes to that.
Me too. And it's wonderful that you share your entire story from your early beginnings to your life now, and everything that's manifested to bring you to where you are today. And I'm so happy that you shared that in the book. And
Catherine, you have a way of bringing out the absolute best in people.
oh, thank you.
You do.
Thank you. Well, we're all here to just help each other. So
Yes.
it's my whole thing is women helping women.
Love it.
And so we've been helping each other.
Yep.
So, I know you have a really popular blog, which is the same name as your book.
Yes,
called Aging in High Heels. And you and I are laughing because a lot of your friends that are in their 80s and whatnot, they don't really know what a blog is or how to find it.
No.
But you do have a lot of readers, even if they're younger.
Well, what I do is I end up sending a lot of my blogs. I just
do you
email
print it? Do you print out the hard copy?
No.
Oh, okay.
I email it and just send it directly to them and hope that they or their husband will find it one day.
Right. That's funny. Or their kids. Sometimes I
when their
send it
grandchildren
to
come
some
over.
of my older friends, and their kids will make sure they get it or
Yeah.
email me back. Or,
Right.
Yeah. I know, but it's tough because, let's face it, the generation didn't grow up with computers,
No.
so it's really foreign. And
Yeah.
they're like, they don't have to do it.
Right.
So, I know I didn't learn the computer till I was 40, so 5 years ago.
Well, last night I
Just
worked
kidding.
on something. I got that. I let that slip. Last night I worked on something, and I think of myself as medium on the computer. I can do enough to get by.
Yeah.
But I worked on something for about 2 hours and went to print it out, and it was gone. I can't find it. I cannot find it. I worked on it for 2 hours.
Everybody that's listening relates to this, so don't feel bad.
So I know it's in some kind of mysterious draft or in a document.
It's
or
there
something.
somewhere. Yeah.
Because I checked the trash and it wasn't there. And
Yeah,
so
it's in the
I
universe.
just have to find it somehow.
It's in the computer abyss.
It's true.
If we all could find stuff in the computer abyss, and then people say, "Did you save it on the cloud?" But nobody really knows where the cloud
No.
is.
And
Yeah,
what?
it's on the cloud,
What and where?
wherever that is, whatever planet that's on.
That's right.
Good luck finding it on that cloud. But
I
we're
know.
supposed to feel better that it's there.
Right.
But-
Waiting for us.
Yeah. Maybe
Well,
when we pass or something.
How do I get a copy? How do I get copies of those books? Oh, you'll be selling them at the.
At the conference and then
Okay.
on Amazon.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And Aging in High Heels is on Amazon?
Yes,
Of
and
course.
Barnes and Noble, and
At Barnes & Noble.
Yes,
You go, girl.
and at various bookstores and online.
Yeah, and you've done some
online.
book signings, I know.
Yeah. Oh, I've done a lot of book signings.
That's fun,
Yeah.
right?
I've done them all over from Palm Springs to New York and Los Angeles, Santa Barbara, and I notice, and you will too, when you're on the move, your book is moving. When
Yeah.
you're not, your book isn't moving
Right,
as well.
right.
So it really takes us to
Yeah,
move it forward.
right. Well, it's hard to keep up with you. You're always moving. Yeah.
too.
What next besides the
Well, the
I
TED
guess,
Talk is the end of this month,
Yeah.
October 27th,
Yeah.
and that's got my full attention.
Oh, of course it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an honor.
It is an honor.
Yeah.
I feel very, very honored.
It's not easy to get booked for those, but like I said, we do need to encourage more women to do them because I always say if it's only 15 to 20% of the TED Talks are women, or only that same percentage in any industry, of women CEOs and whatnot,
Right.
then that means 80% are not women.
That's what it means.
Yeah, and that's like
Yeah.
when we put it in that perspective,
Yeah.
it's really that's so unfair. It's something that we have to do, but we can't sit back and go, oh well, we're only 20% of the
we
TED
gotta get
Talks.
out
We're
there.
only 5% of the
Yeah.
CEOs in tech, and we're only 20% of the politicians. No, we have to do something
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only way it's going to change is if we help each other and pull each other, just like the old boys club.
Old boys club.
But we need to create our own. I always say nobody wants to belong to the old girls club. I know I don't, but I call it the bold girls club.
I love that.
And that's what we've got to create. And that means we've got to help each other
Yeah.
In every industry, from
Yeah.
Hollywood to politics to and doing things like
And
TED
give that
Talks.
next
and,
person a hand
Yeah.
up.
In fact, at my conference, Tabby's going to be talking about how women do create their own TED Talk and get booked. We have somebody, Randy Pizer, is talking about how to create your own book. I know you and I have both done this process, but there's so many women out there that have done amazing things, and they need to write a book.
Yeah, it's true.
And if this program is a platform to tell women's stories, because I believe we don't tell enough positive women's stories.
I agree
and
with you.
There are so many women that are doing so many amazing things.
And we want to know them. We
want to know them.
We need to know them.
We need to know them, and they inspire other people. And sometimes when I have people on the show, they're kind of reticent, nervous or fearful to talk. And I say, but you're not talking about yourself and what you've done. What you're doing is you're inspiring other people.
Exactly.
To get up and get in the game and do something magnificent with their life.
It's true.
And
to know that they can do this too.
That they can do this too. So what I hope is that people in their 80s, maybe they have some sort of health struggle, can look at you.
I hope so.
And say, you know what? If she can do it, so could I. I could write a book. I could be speaking. I could do a TED Talk.
Absolutely.
I could write a blog.
Absolutely. I heard a wonderful story. I spoke at some retirement home, giving all this inspiration, hopefully, saying you can do this, it's never too late, and we're giving these bonus years. And the director called me afterwards and said a woman decided that she was going to take up yoga right after I left. Her age, 92.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Do you do yoga?
No, I do Tai Chi, actually.
Tai Chi.
Yeah,
oh,
I
I
love
have
Tai
friends
Chi.
that do Tai
Yeah.
Chi. That is really hard. That's
It's hard. It's hard.
my
It's like
gosh.
total concentration, which is very, very good for me because
Right.
it's moving concentration, and that's what I like. But
Yeah.
the thing about women as they grow older, they have so much wisdom to share. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want people to know, is that instead of looking at women that are older as invisible,
Right.
look at them as teachers.
Right.
Because we have so much to share. We've been on this earth so much longer.
Right.
We want to share our wisdom with you and help pull you up with whatever you need pulling up.
Right.
We want to be there for you.
So younger women should look to women that are older for their wisdom and guidance and expertise, and help them, put them in the right direction and learn from them.
And put
Yeah.
themselves in a position where they're not scared of aging, where it's not
Right.
dreadful to them.
Right.
Where they're not so worried about wrinkles or how they look that they're frozen, and that they
Right.
don't realize that there's great life after 50 and after
Right.
60 and
Yeah.
after 80 too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. But and you and some of the women in the web series inspire me and say, I am excited about the 70s, 80s, and 90s, because
Good.
we're going to do great stuff.
Good.
And
You're
we're
just starting.
just starting, baby.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you. I think you're just starting too.
I hope so.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Please tune in next week and look for our Live, Love, Thrive conference online. You can get tickets to that. It's November 12th here in West Hollywood. And we have amazing speakers, and we're rolling out our film series and book, Live, Love, Thrive, that features wonderful people like Beverlye Hyman Fead, who's with us today. And please look for her book online, Aging in High Heels, and look for her TED Talk in New York. Thank you so much. Hugs and happiness. See you next week.
Thank you, Catherine.
Do you want to have more passion and purpose in your day-to-day? Are you yearning to ignite your power within? Now, more than ever, the world needs women who dream big, inspire others, and are living their greater purpose. There's never been a better time to up your game and make your success happen now. Contact Danny Rukin for a complimentary consultation and find out more about how you can become more effective, energized, and empowered while making a difference in doing what you love. Go to www.dannyrukin.com. The Live, Love, Thrive program is brought to you in part by Honda of downtown Los Angeles, supporting the equality and empowerment of women. The Live, Love, Thrive radio show is produced by 360karma.com. Are you a 360 Karma woman? If so, spread the word. Be sure to follow us on social media at 360 Karma Women on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please like us and share us with family and friends. This is the year of the woman, and we are stronger together. Fans of the Live, Love, Thrive radio show, join us for our Live, Love, Thrive conference in Los Angeles on November 12th, 2016. This will be one of the most dynamic and interactive conferences in the country regarding equal pay and the shift of putting more women into positions of influence. Plus, incredible speakers, music, and life-changing tools to help you find your life purpose and create your legacy. Get your tickets now at www.livelovethriveconference.com.